afternoon. Sorry, running a little late. Having some difficulty this afternoon getting my brain to function. It's 34 degrees and cloudy outside. I think it's safe to say that we are in winter here. Not officially winter because that's not till December, but our winter weather, unfortunately, appears to be here to stay. So my initial plan was to continue doing podcasts. However, it dawned on me really late last night or early this morning. I don't even know when it was because I've only slept for an hour and a half in the last 24. But it dawned on me because I've been sick. I haven't gone to the store, which means I still don't have glue. Excuse the squeaky chair. I've oiled it in a few different places. I have not found the squeaky spot yet. But I did switch the broken chair out for the other chair. We'll see if it's easier on my back. Not real sure. I also kind of wanted to do something a little easy today because I am still under the weather. So I didn't want to do anything that was going to require a lot of brain power. So I thought I would introduce you guys to my favorite toy, my Sizzix, which is a die cut machine. And I'm going to be just doing page edgers is what I call them. So like they would go like this on the edge of a page just as a decoration. Actually, that's good up against the brown. You'll be able to see the designs. So I have this one. This one. That one. This one. Ugh. My stuff is hiding underneath me. This one. And then I also have this die that for whatever reason, I don't have anything already cut out. Whoops, sorry, the screen. So this is just cardstock. So I have several different colors. I have a whole stack of pink ones over there. So I'm not going to do any. Oh, let's see. This is only half. Not even all of the pink that I have. This is just what's sitting here on the desk. I've got probably 3 times this much of the pink over there behind me. So I don't need pink. This is my die cut box. I just totally avalanched a pile here. Just a second. So I'm going to be able to slide this back into place. So I have dies of all shapes and sizes. So this is birds on tree branches. I've got swirlies. I have gears, film strips, and tickets. Still in its package. Haven't even used it yet. Might set that one aside. This is different background stuff. But, whoops. I'll turn it as best I can here. So you can see all these envelopes in here. There are, this whole box is full of dies. And each one each envelope like might have multiples. Like this probably has 10 different dies in it because it's like a background type. So I kind of sort of have them organized, not as organized as they should be, for sure. And obviously these have just been hanging out on the top, not put away. And then these usually are just inside there, closed on the top, laid out flat, because they don't fit this way. So usually when I put them away, I'll just put them right under the lid. That's why the purple paper is in there, is to keep these from falling and slipping in between and causing a ruckus. So if I get... sorry, I have a mess going on. Oh, those are my bunnies. Let's see, there's another one that I've not used yet, still in its original packaging. So if I get through a bunch of this or I get bored with making just the edge pieces, I may jump into this box and just kind of do some other designs. I don't have a lot of colored cardstock. That is unfortunately one of the things that is not often found in secondhand stores. So, you know, when it is there, I absolutely take advantage of it. So you will see on these too, there's leftover pink and white from the last time I did this. This is a super messy project. So all of these, let me find the square one. Well, that's why those aren't popped out. Da-da-da-da. Hold on, I need a different pokey tool. Don't know what they're called. We call them pokey tools. This has got a rounded edge. This is actually a burnisher. But I use it for this. And then this is I think Cricut calls this a weeder. Don't quote me on that. That's very pointy. It's very sharp. I stab myself with it all the time. But some of your stuff, there's these tiny itty bitty little holes. And so you need something sharp to poke in there. I don't clean my dies out every time I use them. I don't find it necessary, but at some point you will definitely need to, because they'll get too full. Oh, look, see, there was even some red in behind there. So as you can see, it creates a whopper of a mess with all these little things that get cut out. Now, you can save this and the different designs and the different shapes. These are like little ovals, little squares. This one's got little butterflies. You could save all of these cutouts and use them as confetti in other projects. I'm not going to save anything, actually, and what's going to end up, it's all going to end up on my floor. And then I'll send my shark in later to clean up my mess. So this is a Sizzix die cut machine. It's fairly expensive. They're like, but not real expensive. They're like $140, I think. The original one comes with a short plate, with short plates and a short block, which I have on the shelf behind me. But the plates crack and wear over time. And when I had to replace my original plates, I'm like, if I got to pay to replace them, I'm going to buy the big ones instead, because then you get a bigger footprint. And so you're able to die cut more in a single pass than you can with the smaller plates. Now, also with the bigger plate came this nifty little board, which has essentially 3 different settings. So you can use the board just like this for like metal, like embossing folders, stuff like that. This is a very, very thin shim. And then this one is a harder plastic. It gives you the directions on the top to tell you, kind of give you a guide. It's not concrete, but it gives you a guide, basically, whether you need 1, 2, or none for what you're cutting out. These thinlits is usually all 3. And sometimes you follow those directions and you end up having to create a shim of some sort. And what you use as a shim really is up to you. Excuse me. I've used extra pieces of cardstock. I've used like a macaroni and cheese box, just to kind of give it, again, you're just wanting to create a shim, give it a little bit more oomph on the cut down. Now these plates are old. I have replacements, but until this one absolutely snaps completely in half, I'm not breaking into my new ones. But you will see they do crack under pressure, and this one is straight across. So eventually it is going to snap in half. I also have another crack here. And they get marred up. A lot of people, the first time they use their Sizzix, they freak out because it makes a cracking noise when it goes. That is absolutely normal. I freaked out the first time I used it, not only because of the noise, but also because it left lines in my plate. And I was like, oh my God, I just ruined this. It's brand new and I just ruined it. I had to go on and read the reviews to figure out, duh. These are sharp. I mean, they're not sharp enough to like slice your finger, obviously, but they're sharp enough to cut through paper, and it's under pressure. So of course it's going to leave a mark on the presser plate. That's why you have them. But again, I panicked the first time I used it. So Google came to my rescue. Now these are 6 inches wide. So first thing I got to do is cut these down so that they fit, because they won't go that way. So I usually cut them in half this way. So I end up with 5.5 inch by 8.5 inch sheets. And again, that 8.5 inch is perfect for the height of a journal. So I'm going to set this aside for now. Pull up my other favorite little tool, my handy dandy paper trimmer. 5.5. I'm like, wait, what was I doing? Oh, see, I didn't even need this. Doy. I don't need that out. Where is my half? Right there. Let's see if this is going to go through 3 sheets of cardstock. Nope. We'll do 2 at a time. The other part of why I wanted to do a project that doesn't take a whole lot of brain power is also because my vision is really, really wonky today. And so I didn't want to like work with anything that would need to be super delicate. I'll see that cut 3. I think maybe I was just too chicken on the first pass. I keep thinking that I'm feeling better, and then I get reminded that I'm not. I'll see, that one's not going through. Alrighty then. Whoops! I just looked up at my StreamYard, and I've managed to open my calendar, which is hanging out over my chat. So if anybody is commenting right now, I am not seeing it, and I will be there in just a moment. That corner's all marred up. And not sleeping last night, I pulled out my rolls of that weird perforated cardboard and ironed it flat and cut it all down into 8.5 by 11 inch sheets, so I can use those in future journals as well. That was a fun project. I've done that before. And it's a pain in the butt. So usually I just do like, it's like, oh, I'm out of that brown paper. So I'm going to grab a roll of it and I'll just do a quick little run. Well, that leaves me having to store it. Number one, I have to store it in 2 different places. But it also makes it inconvenient, like when I'm really in the thick of making a journal and I have to stop because I want some of that paper and I don't have any. I've got to figure out where this chair is squeaking. Now the machine is much bigger than the window of my phone. So I'm going to do my best to keep as much of it in frame as I can. You can see this. There's a crank here. And it's as simple as this. You stick your paper down. Now for this, you got to make sure, I have to make sure that I'm leaving enough space in between them that I can then cut each one out individually, because they don't cut out as a single, as a separate unit. I'm not exactly sure what I'm trying to say there. So you're going to put the die pieces on sharp side down, stick the other presser plate on top, and crank her through. Now I tend to go partially through, and then I switch my hand to the other side, crank it the other way. You can hear it crackling a little bit. And then I go back the other way. I am not level. Is that my table that's not level? Am I missing a foot? What's going on here? Sizzix is bouncing around like crazy. Oh, I am missing a rubber footy. So, yep. That's why it's not sitting straight. Sitting level. So then you just take these off. And you'll see that some of it weeded itself and some of it didn't. And that's where this pokey tool comes in. And you just go through and you poke them the rest of the way out. And in my case, poke your fingers a couple hundred times. So you just kind of go through each individual one, poke out all the stuff. That one cut really well. I'm not going to sit and weed all of these while on camera. I probably will at least save the butterflies as best I can. Although for some reason the butterflies didn't it didn't cut very well. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to clean out the die real quick, and maybe that'll help. I have butterflies flying. Excuse me, flying all over my table right now, because I'm not really like trying to keep them from going anywhere. I'm just trying to pop them out. So they're literally flying all over my table. So because I wasn't sleeping last night, I tried to find something good to watch. Well, as good as you can find at 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. Though that time of the day, night, whatever, I tend to end up on like stupid, like either disaster movies. I do watch a lot of disaster movies. But also like the stupid like sci-fi type, the really really stupid stuff. But last night even I found one that even I was like, yeah, this is just too no. And it was Cowgirls versus the Pterodactyls. And yes, it was as stupid as it sounds. I didn't watch it for very long. I thought, just stupid movie tonight. Nope. Couldn't watch that one. That was just way too stupid. But I do watch a lot of shows, like Megadon where it's fictitious creature versus fictitious creature. Might have to mute for a minute so I can blow my nose. I'm going to go a couple extra times just to make sure it cuts all the way through this time. Well, that one went crooked. So that's going to be fun to trim. But, see, it weeded all the butterflies out. Oh, almost. Some glue. So I wonder what everybody's up to tonight. Or this afternoon. I know there's a lot of going on these here YouTube streets. Whoa. Trying to read that. I'm going to put it up on the screen. Maybe it'll be bigger and I can actually read it. Nope, still blurry. Everything shows up normal on our results. Look into restless leg and iron deficiency. ADD and autism. Okay. Well, I mean, the upside to that is we shouldn't have to make another trip to Bellevue. But, you know, at the same token, it sucks that there's still an unknown. Yeah, thank the gods for that. Uh-huh. No more going to that crazy site. Oh, it was funny. I was on in a live, and somebody had commented that it looked like I was from their side of the state, judging on some of the titles, and what she was seeing was the animal farm, and I was like, "Oh no, we were just visiting." I said my granddaughter had an appointment at Overlake, and she goes, "Oh, that's where my mom works." So total small world. I don't want to sit and punch all those out. See, that one makes cool little designs too that you can use as, you know, just little page decorations. If you can get them out without tearing them. So make some more blue butterflies over here. Try and make sure that puppy stays straight this time. Did you see the short video I sent you last night on Messenger? I'm already getting bored doing edging. Go through and clean all those out later. Yes, the hoops. Sending in a lab request to check iron and ferritin. I think the first way you spelled it is correct. Oh, hold on. The only abnormalities were she only slept 5% on her back. Normal is 20. Definitely something spontaneous. pulling her out of sleep stages. Okay, yeah. Lab request, check with her done. Huh. Well, what does a low iron count have to do with ADHD? Curiouser and curiouser. I definitely know that ain't my problem. As much red meat as I eat. Speaking of red meat, I hope that people are enjoying my cooking videos. Can I press that way? No, of course it won't. What else can I put there? Where did I put the oh, there it is. I'm like, where did I put my box? Something about sleep movements indicating low iron. Huh. Interesting. I had no clue. Have to mention that to Miss Muzz as well. I mean, she's in a big medication shift right now, but I wonder what her iron count is, or if she's ever had her iron count checked as part of her ADHD. Oh, that's gonna be a fun one. Boop. My neighborhood is like crazy busy today. It's really bizarre. It's like, did everybody take like the day off? Suddenly there's like all these people in my, all of my neighbors that are normally not home are home. So there's that one. Oops. Get a darker color going here so you can see it a little better. There. It's cute. I didn't actually use that die before. But if I'm going to play, might as well pull out some of my dies that I haven't used. And see? Not a mess. The fun thing about doing like these little film strip things is that you get these little rectangles that you can save and use as labels. I love the little tickets. Those are cute. Stamp little words on them. Okay, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do on this one to get it out of. See, it's still attached. Oops, get that little square out of there. Wow. Guess I will trim across. It's kind of weird because on this one, there's a little film strip. So again, you know, you can put it down on the page and then, you know, create little pictures to go inside each little frame. Oh, my tens unit just turned off. I didn't even realize that it wasn't zapping me. So this has a little cutter right here. Like, so it would cut. But yeah, I'm not taking that little tiny itty bitty piece off. You see that? I would lose that. I would lose that in a heartbeat. Now these are designed to break apart, like so. So you can do them separately, or well, I guess if I'm cutting it out, it doesn't really matter. I can pull that off. The little cutter thing is weird. I'm not sure what the deal is with that. When you take things apart like that, then you can kind of mix and match and move them around. So now I gotta find something small to go there. Oh, my birdies fit there? This is also one big advantage to using a solid color cardstock, is that, you know, you can put things on sideways or crooked, you know, just to get the most bang for your buck. And you don't have to worry about the design going in some weird way. That you do have to worry about. So I had them all nice and pretty lined up, and I bumped it as I was putting it in and knocked everything out of place. So I gotta line it all back up again. Try that again. So I tend to go in lifting the end up and then laying it down. For me, that seems to make a big difference in keeping things from moving too much. So this is a big downside to having the cracks, because it doesn't give you the pressure point the way you really want it to. And then you get to watch me try to reline it all back up again. To go back through. And that sometimes is much easier said than done. I think I'm good on that one. Looks like I'm lined up. And I suppose if I mess it up, I mess it up. It's just paper, right? My body is yelling at me like, what the heck are you doing? Did you miss the memo that I'm tired? I hadn't really given that thought when I was deciding what I was going to do today. Didn't really give a lot of thought to the general weakness that I've got going on. And that my arms might have a different vision, different plan for today than my brain had. Oh man, I'm gonna have to run that one back through. That's gonna be a pain in the butt. You guys might have to wish me luck on that one. The birdies come out the second go round. Yay! So here's the little birdies. Ooh, I cut some of those out. Journal. I'm gonna do some black roses and some black birds and some black cats. Oh yeah. Oh look, and then I'd have a bunch of moons too. I did them in black. Did some of these in black. Oh, and then I'd have a bunch of yellow moons. Love the little birdies. I know I like them too. They're really delicate. So they're hard to get out of the die itself. But then, once you cut it, it's also hard to get it out of the paper without tearing it. Yeah, the little moons. So, in the realm of don't throw stuff away in junk journaling, if you've got enough dies that are super small, you could save this. An image or two cut from here, maybe one cut from here. If I had put these closer together, oh, see, I didn't even finish cutting this one out. I think maybe what I need to do, because I was doing the, I don't know, show book. I don't know necessarily what to call it for when we do our makers market, to be able to show all the different die cuts that people can purchase for their journals. Maybe I need to spend some time actually putting that together. And then I can do a flip through on a video. But you can see like all the different ones. I'm very eclectic. Although I do like the weird shapes, stuff like this. And it's like I have this one that creates a grid. This is another film cover or film strip one. Honeycomb, one of my favorites. I love this one, but oh my gosh, again, it's just like the birds. It's very delicate and tedious to get out, but I love the way it looks. Same with this one, little baby bubbles. The bubbles. Very pain in the butt to get out. I got like a brick wall, another type of a brick wall. So again, I do tend to like find myself drawn to like the backgroundy type stuff. I do like this one. It is a pain in the butt. So like, I'll use this one for example. This one, it's got all these little holes. And to get the paper out, you poke through those little holes and it separates it from the die so you can then pull it out. This one does not have that. All of these little holes are to poke out a piece. There's not like release holes or relief. I'm not sure what you'd call them. So 9 times out of 10, I tear my paper trying to get it out of this one. It does look really cool when I'm able to get it to work. But that's a when I'm able to get it to work. I think this one. See, and then I have a little fence, a little gate. Ow! I just poked myself with my pokey tool. But I'm going to put it down before I do it again. That hurt. That thing is really sharp. I have a love-hate relationship with these two dies because they are designed to edge a page rather than like cut through the page. I'll show you what I mean. Yeah, it's gonna have to go this way. So on this one, you would line it up, the top up there, and you're going to want the hearts to be on the paper. This one has a cutout edge and a non-cut edge. Excuse me. So you have to make sure that the cutting edge is on the outside, because you want it to trim off all of that extra. And again, you're going to line up the straight edge. Make sure your piece is on the paper. I'm just doing this one as an example so you guys can see what it looks like. And of course, any mistakes that are made, it's just paper. If you really mess it up, just throw it away. It's just paper. So again, you gotta remember, everywhere that there was something, you now have little pop outs. So if you're into weird random shapes, great. You've created, something decorative for yourself. And in this case, you have a solid heart, a couple solid ones. Oops. And what you can do with these, and I've seen people do it, is they cut them in two different colors, like either coordinating or contrasting colors. Either way, it's your choice. And then, I'm trying to get it out. When you cut it in the contrasting color, you then can go in and fill in some of these spaces with the opposing color. Because you'd have like this heart, but you'd have it in a different color. So that way, when you glued this down, you could then take a different colored heart and glue it into that space. And it would be outlined in this case, it'd be outlined in the purple. And you'd have the center as a different color. I got a train rolling by. My craft room is rumbling right now. It's funny. One of the truck drivers that I follow, he calls it rail fanning. It took me a minute to get my brain going there again. And so like when he's waiting to pick up a load, if he's near a place where there's trains, he'll sit and film the trains going by and do it as a completely separate stream. He actually streams while he drives, so it's kind of cool. I enjoy it because I get to see other parts of the country that I would not normally get to see. So I'm going to go back through. That one didn't cut all the way. Right there. Get my little hearts out of the way. Because again, you don't want to waste good hearts, right? You set them off to the side, or you fling them like I just did. It's static to my presser plate, and then kind of did a jumping bean maneuver all on its own. That was kind of funny. So, again, this makes a page edging. Get my purple out again. So these are most often used like on greeting cards. So then you have the bulk of the card, and then this is like only partially there. There's the bubbles, and then there's the hearts. But just some fun. Sis, are you in the FAM's text thread? I mean, it's supposed to be the family thread, so you should be. Okay, so you know that your brother, they're thinking about coming up for Thanksgiving next week. So just keep that in mind. I mean, I know you've got extra level coordinating that has to be done on your end, but nope, you don't know anything about it. All right, well, I'm going to wrap this little project up. I need to go hunt down my thermometer. I think I might be running a slight temperature right now. I'm feeling very, very warm. I'm hoping it's just because, I'm sitting here doing physical activity, which to the outsider looking in probably does not look like it's much. But anybody that's worked with a Sizzix knows that it actually is, it gives you quite the arm workout, getting those to go through and back and through and back and through. So I do tend to work up a little bit of a sweat when I'm mass producing. But I'm feeling a little warmer than normal. Oh my gosh. I was going to ask you the other day how you like them. And I guess that answers my question. You have promptly lost them. That is not fair because, now I don't get to know how you like working with oxides. I'm thinking it might be time for you to go clean your car out. I love these perfect little rectangles. They're going to make cute little tags. Love it. Trying to make sure I get everything in view here. And then I have my little pile. My pile of moons, of blue moons, right there. I have yellow and pink butterflies coming in, as well as that bluish periwinkle. It's not blue, periwinkle hearts. So again, this becomes the executive decision. Do I keep all the confetti? Needed to find them so you wouldn't have to clean your car. Oh, good. So you did find them. So these are just kind of the die cuts that I did, as well as like the cutouts that are left over. I've got to go through and weed all of these. And cut them apart. Sorry, like I said, I've only slept for an hour in the last, I guess I'm probably going on 30 hours now. I'm staring these down going, do I want to save these? Yes, I have a circle. So I go like this. What's that? The sun and the moon? Is that what that symbol is? Whew. I might need to take another nap though before dinner. Cooking time. Tonight's going to be easy night because I don't cook big meals consecutive nights because it takes a lot of energy out of me to do them. But with that, I have no idea what I'm making for dinner. That being said, yeah, see, I'm going to have to go back through and repunch a lot of these because they're not coming out. It's funny. I've been sitting here for like the last couple days, just like talking myself out of like I don't want to go shopping because I feel like crap, and I don't want to go to Walmart. It like totally dawned on me again late last night, not sleeping. Do curbside pickup, you dummy. And if I do curbside, I don't even have to go pick it up. I just schedule it when my hubby is on his way home. Then I don't have to leave the house. $12-cup pot of coffee. I've drank so much. I don't know. I think part of my problem is that I've had to take a calculated risk. I was trying to think what I was trying to say there. Because I've been still trying to deal with, getting my insurance situation fixed. And I'm like, my medications are starting to get really low. I'm like, and I can't fill them until my insurance is fixed. So I was like, okay. So I haven't been taking my full doses in order to save some until I get the insurance crap figured out. And I definitely paid for that for sure last night. My legs were going crazy. They're still not super happy. Can't freaking get HR. I mean, they gave me the direct number to the person that was supposed to be working on it. And I've left like 3 messages on his machine. And haven't heard back. I'm like, you jerk face. You like go on vacation and not say anything? Did they fire him? What the hell is that about? When I left the message yesterday, I'm like, I'm about to run out of my medications. And so I need to get this fixed, like ASAP. And then nothing. Haven't heard a peep. Kind of pissing me off. And getting a hold of HR sucks. Because they make you go through the medical department and then leave a message. And then when they call you back, they're like, oh, hold on. Let me transfer. What can I help you with? And then you got to tell them why you're calling. And then they're like, oh, well, let me transfer you. I'm like, okay, so can I just get their direct number so I don't have to do this every freaking time? Ew, that would be too easy. If I have to call again, I might just call my old department and be like, hey, can you give me the number to HR? And just bypass their stupid system altogether. I don't feel like doing this right now. So, as you can see, it makes a mess. Itty bitty bitty bitties. And of course, when I sweep them off the table, theoretically into my hand, I inevitably always miss some. It ends up on the floor. So, why when I'm doing this project, I tend to do like mass production, so that way I only have to clean up once because it's a mess. I'm also working on coffee dyeing some paper, doing an experiment on a sheet of wallpaper. What I want to see is if it changes at all, but it doesn't look like it does. Changes the back, right? But it doesn't look like it bleeds through to the front at all. Which is what I was trying to figure out. That was an experiment. That was just an experiment. But all the paper cutting that I did last night, I moved my Sizzix out of the way so I don't kick it and break a toe again. That does not move. All the brown paper cutting that I did last night, I've got this pile of strips that I don't know what to do with. I got handfuls upon handfuls of this. So this ends up being, it's folded in half. You straighten it out, split it in two, and you get long strips of that corrugation that I don't know what to do with. So if you think back when I was saying before that sometimes when you're getting rid of scraps or you're making stuff, you end up making more scraps even though you're trying to get rid of scraps. But it's just kind of the nature of the beast, unfortunately. But with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and log off this stream. Replay crew, I hope you enjoyed what little bit I was able to get done today. Hit the like button on your way out if you didn't do it on the way in. And find some peace in your day. Peace out.